All right, welcome back, folks, and we're going into our second match of a triple header today on GG Speedruns for the Smash TV Easy Percent ninth annual tournament. I'm very fortunate to be joined by our number 8 seed competitor in this very tourney, the Real Zero. Hey, bud, how you doing?
Hey, Taps, good to be here. This should be a pretty good match today, I think.
Oh, absolutely. This is your 4-5 matchup right here. An exciting, a classic as far as these tourneys are considered, I would say. Aquas, Tetsuoooo. This one is for sure a barn burner, a slobber knocker, a Donnybrook, whatever you want to call it. It should be a good one, that's for sure.
Yep, these two racers not only are pretty close in terms of these seed numbers, but their PBs are actually very close as well. Tetsuo has a 520 while Aquas has a 523, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. That 520 good for number 8 on the leaderboard. Aqua stands at number 10 on the board with that 523 exactly.
All right, we're getting our racers counted down. They should be starting momentarily here.
Yeah, this will be interesting as far as going for that orb manipulation strat. I'm trying to think between these two runners. It's always hard to keep up. Who's doing it nowadays? There's a good spread, I think, of veterans that haven't adopted it yet, and some of us that it's like there's a great advantage to being able to do it. Both are going for it. Let's see if they're both successful in it.
Yep, Aquas is being player one to do the manip, so let's see if he can get it this time. Might be
Let's
good
see.
on Might be good at least on Tetsuo's side. It's kind of hard to try to follow both of the manips, making sure both are hitting the key points of it.
And there's multiple manips, right? You could go for the 39, you go for the 41, as far as I understand. So like slight variances, very similar for like a good percentage of it, but there's like a deviation that happens, right? And there you go for both of them. I think they both got their individual different but same manips right there for that one.
Yeah, maybe just a few seconds difference between them, but not much of a difference. So the important thing is that they both have it now.
Yeah, something that absolutely is going to, really kind of set some of these runs apart. Now you have two of, top level players and they're getting exactly what they need at least to start. If you only get one thing on these drops, an orb is the great one thing to get, and that's all you can really hope for in that early group. So both runners are gonna have that advantage going through. Looks like the beginning not too shabby for either. A little squirrely for Aquas, but yeah, no real time loss there.
Yeah, once you get past the beginning of the room, get settled down with that orb, you should be able to cover it pretty decently without any real trouble.
I say it though, yeah, it three stacks a little bit, getting some foot soldiers out there, but yeah, it looks now the room's under control for Aquas. Tetsuo going to be getting out of there at a 202. A couple seconds later for Aquas at a 204.
Yep, first drop is just a dude for Tetsuo and a key, so not a great drop for either one to start with. And grenades on Aqua's side is just going to probably ignore that.
Yeah, spreader and all right drop on Tetsuo's side. Nothing to too much write home about, but at least it wasn't a grenade like right next to where you want to stand. The nuke actually will be avoided by Aquas. Oh no, we'll take it at the very end. Okay, I don't mind that play so much. Just kind of like roll on to the next one, I guess. The key. Okay, now it's like really nothing on Aquas' side to start out here.
Yeah, the nuke can be okay to grab, especially if it's right next to you. You're not wasting too much time trying to go for it. If it's in the corner, you probably wouldn't bother though.
Yeah, exactly. You want to hold that center as best you can. The Razor will help right there. Tetsuo's not even going to go for his Razor because that's the end of the room right there. Getting out and getting into the bonus. 259, 3-minute, pretty good. And Aqua's able to actually keep up despite the absolute nothing right there. Getting at a 301. And I think that's our first of the day. A little product placement. Oh, Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Product placement with that Taco Bell.
Give me one of those cheesy gordita crunches.
Make that two, and give me a Baja Blast as we go into tank trouble right here. Both without anything besides the orb. The shoes, not great for Tetsuo, but the nuke will help out right there. Spreader for Aquas, and then the nuke, so that'll help out for both. Both getting that good old smart ball.
Yep, overall, besides that foot, pretty good starting drops. The nuke is a good one to see. You basically want to see the rockets or the nuke to give yourself some breathing room to take down those gunners, at least one of them, usually both if you can. That way you can just focus on the lanes and keep the foot soldiers under control, keep your eye out for those tanks coming in.
Really firing the lines down. Yeah, it starts to, no matter what, this room's just going to get a little out of hand if you're only seeing, if you only have that orb. Rockets eventually for Tetsuo here, so really is able to clean up the end of the room. Go into Mutoid with, 5 bars right there of Rocket. Nice position to be in. And yeah, sub 420 for both of our runners. Phenomenal getting through tank trouble very effectively right there.
Yeah, Tetsuo gained a few seconds ahead of Aquas because he was getting more of those rockets, but Aquas did a good job of keeping up, so it's about a drop difference between the two, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, it really is. That's all it takes. Let's see. The ball buster, really tough spot right there for Aquas. Decides not to go for it. Gives it a second chance. And just wide. Wide right there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it can be annoying if Mutoid Man's not giving you a chance. Oh, but we got a spreader chance for Aquas. If he doesn't get blocked by Mutoid, he actually moves out of the way, so he's going to get this here.
That's big. That's going to swing it back. And another one. He might take this death.
I think he can get it. Oh! Oh, if he had died just a split second sooner, he might have been able to get to that, but he did have that shield on for a bit.
Just a matter of frames right there. That was incredibly close. Another spreader for Aquas. Going to have to manual this one. Wants to do it.
Unfortunately, couldn't get much.
Tries to hug that side. That's usually a safe zone, but you still kind of like, you want to step out just a little bit, start getting that manual. Unfortunately didn't work out right there. And then a death on Tetsuo's side. Does have the head pop, a little bit ahead on form, but not getting any damage right now. Oh, was parking on it, but Lobber, that'll really help out. Lobbers for both.
Yep, they're on the same form, both with Lobbers or Aquas. Oh, but Tetsuo is on the final form now, so he's a little ahead. He's got Lobbers to... Oh, he's going to have to switch to the grenades now.
Yeah, Lobbers on Aquas' side. That should get you down the final form. Oh, the spreader, but it's too late. It is frame perfect. Worst time to see that perfect spreader. It's the best drop in the worst time.
You hate to see it. And you realize right as you die, you just started changing to the final form, and now it's too late. You would rather have just stayed alive then. And unfortunately, that means Tetsuo is going to take this first one from Aquas. Not a bad run, though, from either player. Very close times.
Yeah, really. They were scrapping right there. Aqua's just a bit back, maybe slipped a second or two. But yeah, like you said, going into that room, it just kind of came down to a drop. And really, you could point to that, the barely missed spreader by Aquas right there. And yeah, that was a very close game. Really decided by one drop or so.
Yeah, it was good to see some actual spreaders, though, happening here. It made it real exciting for both sides. So game one will be going to Tetsuo. It was a close match, though, and this is a best of 5, so Aquas has an opportunity here to bring it back around and tie it up, turn it into a best of 3, and he's certainly capable of doing it. So we'll see what happens as we get set up here for game number 2.
Yeah, more than capable. I mean, Aquas he was in the very rare position, I think a position I've only seen maybe Jackamus Wedge do, to where they do a commentary block before they go into their tournament match. Aquas pulled the double duty. So yeah, maybe, game one was kind of a warm up, and you get a run like that. That's a heck of a warm up right there. So I'm expecting a real good one, another competitive one between these two for game number 2. They're both readied in, so let me count them down.
Yeah, that's a good point, Taps. Aquas was doing the commentary just before his match. I personally would never opt to do that. I personally like to practice for at least a half an hour or so leading up to any match that I'm going to have. But, still good that Aquas came in and helped out on the comms. And like you said, that first game, maybe just a warm-up for him. So let's see if he can turn it around here for the second match, second game.
I expect a good one. Another, you know, interesting. I'm going to be really trying to pay attention, seeing as far as since these two are going for the kind of the two different orb manipulation strats, just that slight variance as far as how they operate this room will be very interesting.
I know, maybe we should pick a side to watch so we can keep an eye on which one's getting it.
All right, I got Aquas here.
All
So
right, I'll watch
he's
Tets. Good so
yeah,
far on Tetsuo's side.
the thing
Oh,
is, yeah, I don't see it on Aquas's side. I can't imagine with no nuke there. I don't know.
yeah, Tetsuo definitely dropped it somewhere towards the end there, knew it, so it just had to end the room normally. So no manip for Tetsuo's side.
Too many shots right as we're hearing from our chat with some of our great runners of the tourney as well watching this match, and just kind of tell you what we got on the line here. Some of those folks probably watching right now. The winner of this match will be facing off against the winner of Brysol versus Princely, another absolute classic for this tournament. The loser of this match will be going down into the lower round 3, where I think there's still a good 4 competitors that could potentially be their matchup there. So you get through this match, you're lined up against 2 of the longtime vets of this game, no matter what. So great matchups to come down the pipeline here.
Oh, definitely for sure. And Tetsuo managed to get an orb, was able to get out of the room about a 120. Aquas, I think, about a 130. Gets his orb now, so he'll be able to maintain pace at least. So coming out of the room, if no mistakes are made, should be still about a 10-second difference between the two.
Yeah, not too bad on Aquas' side. Don't think we'll really lose any time. It's as described before, talking about was it 18 Mr. Shrapnel, and these guys with the orb especially, not really too worried about having 4 out there, maybe for a split second or so.
Yeah, generally is going to be a problem for these runners. Occasionally the room can get a little squirrely, but usually you can hopefully recover as long as you got that orb. Razor Shield for Aquas, that's going to help him lock down this room. He's got to spread it down, but it's near the door. He probably won't be able to grab it with the Razor Shield because of that, so he's just going to ignore it for now. Tetsuo just holding down his lanes, no weapons, a nuke. He might not, he's going to take it. He did have 3 shrapnels on the screen, so I don't mind taking that there, and it's not too far away from the center, so I think it's a good grab.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. You gotta kind of consider that theory. When you have 3 shrapnels on the boards, that's potentially like 3 different sets of shrapnel when they explode that you're gonna have to dodge later. You might lose time because you have to go out of center for that. So I think it's always a good move to grab that nuke. And speaking of grabbing that nuke right at the end of the room, Aquas grabs his and keeps this very, very close, within a second between these two.
Yeah, Aqua's able to close that gap there, so we're going to be pretty dead even going into tank trouble. Both have the orb, no weapons, so let's see what first drop they get. See if they get a good one.
Yeah, this is the fabled, you could get really kind of hosed on this first drop. I don't think either gets hosed. They actually both get something pretty good here. Spreader at the beginning of this room I really love, just because it really helps take out the swarmers coming from everywhere right there. But the Razor Shield is probably one of the best besides Rockets, just to really be able to get back to that center, take down the gunners with some ease. And now Rockets, the holy trinity for Tetsuo, working out right now. And no more Rockets, oh my.
And Aquas was having to dance a little bit in that corner, was able to dodge some of those wall gunner shots, did a good job of it, managed to get his own Razor Shield now, so... but Tetsuo's got the rockets flowing on his side. He's got another he can grab potentially, but it's in a dangerous spot, and the room's just about done, so he's going to go ahead and just clean up and get out at a 416, 417. And Aquas is not far behind, lost a little bit of time, but not much. It is still basically a one-drop game at this point. Let's see if either runner can get the ball buster going on this one.
Absolutely. Ballbuster being that nice chunk of damage early on, especially we don't see a drop like Tetsuo right here. Does get it on his side. Rockets, oh, the laser snipe from Mutoid, man. I did not see that coming. Sneaky laser right there, and unfortunately ruins Aquas' chance for the Ballbuster. But there's a spreader. Does he park on it? Does he have a chance?
Oh, he might just get it. He's got it. He's got it. He's going to get some damage. That's going to help him catch up, make up for the difference. Another spreader drop. I don't think, well, he's going to die here. I don't know if he can reach it just barely, maybe. No, not quite enough.
Yeah, that was going to be tough on the timing. Does get underneath again. I think he did that in game one. Aqua's getting underneath Mutoid Man for that big damage. And does have the 2 arm pops, so has taken the lead here. Lobbers on Tetsuo's side. That's going to be some good damage. Maybe we'll go for this refill as well. Think he will. He does. Nice grab there.
Yeah, both players on the same floor now. Both arms are popped off. Tetsuo's got some more lobbers coming, but Aquas did get the chest popped off, so he's a little ahead right now. Spreader will make the difference. Tetsuo's catching up just the same, though, so it's still a close match.
Probably about a half of 4, maybe a little bit more. Some nice dodging right there. Head pop for Aquas' side. Head pop for Tetsuo's side. They're within a half 4, maybe less now. Oh, that's a great spreader, but Aquas can't take the death for it. And there's the change again for Aquas. Oh, no.
That's really unfortunate. I didn't see. Did he have a shield? Because I thought he might have been able to die for that. He was firing lobbers. Oh, and he gets run over, unfortunately. He might be able to get these grenades, though, but it's looking like Tetsuo might have the win here. Let's see.
The grenade's not. I don't think they're going to get it done. And Tetsuo takes it with the lobbers some damage. That is incredible back and forth. I wasn't too sure at the end of it. Wow.
Wow, I think I might have to look back at that later. I'm not sure if maybe Aquas just didn't recognize it, because I don't think he had invulnerability active at the time, but I could be mistaken. It looked like he should have had a chance to grab that spreader there, but that might have made the difference for him. Unfortunately, he's going to lose this game here, so now he's going to be down 2-0. He's going to have to try to work on a reverse sweep against Tetsuo.
Yeah, all the potential to do it. I mean, this one was pretty close, real back and forth there. Yeah, Tetsuo just not getting the drops at one section right there of Mutoid, and Aqua's able to take advantage with the spreader, kind of take back the lead, and then it just slowly slipped away, and some good lobber fire from Tetsuo end up getting that one back in his favor, and at the end ends up with Tetsuo. Great match right there.
Yeah, so far these have been 2 pretty close games. Not a huge lead for either player at really any given moment. Most of maybe 10 seconds, and Aquas was able to bring it back during this and made it a really close Mutoid room. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to take the win here, but let's see if he can turn it around so we can maybe get a best of 5, because I think it's certainly possible for these 2 runners for it to go the distance for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All the potential for that to be happening. Both these guys getting through their first round matches in a rather quick fashion. Aquas end up in the first round taking down Joey Mittens in a 3-0. Tetsuo taking down Coolio in a 3-0. So these guys go 5 games here. It's gonna be just gonna be a little bit more work you're gonna have to do to take down this tourney. But Tetsuo is trying to get out of here in 3. Let's see what happens. Both readied up. I see the cam off on Tetsuo's side. Hopefully we're all good there. He did ready it up, so I'm gonna count these guys down.
Yep, and as we always like to say, even though you're down 2-0, you got to take it 1 game at a time. You got to win game 3, then you got to win game 4, and now you're back in it, and then you got to win game 5. So you can't think too far ahead. Just focus on your current game, play the best you can, hopefully take the win, and slowly start to bring it back your way. Let's see if Aquas can do it here for game number 3.
Yeah, that's quite right. You can only win 1 game at a time right here if you're on Aquas' side. Just gotta focus on just getting your stuff down here in game 3. Both our runners didn't quite get their orbs in that last game, so that could be pivotal into this game 3. Let's get underway with our 2 runners.
Yep, I suspect they should go for the mid again. I'm going to watch Tetsuo's side, see how he's doing it on there, see if he can get it this time. Starting off normal, looks good so far. Guys are flowing in the way that they should. Here comes the pivotal part. Looking pretty good on Tetsuo's side. Looks pretty good as long as he ends it with this nuke. Grabs 2 items and looks good on Tetsuo's side, I think.
Yeah, and it looked pretty decent on Aquas' side from what I can see. The nuke timing, everything kind of lining up, and the timing out of the room just a couple seconds later, I think looks good.
Tetsuo's definitely getting here. He gets the first drop orb. Aquas gets an orb as well.
Yeah, not sure. Yeah, a little squirrely. Obviously, that later timing for that 41 or so is going to be a little trickier for Aquas. But yeah, gets it done. Both with the orb. You love to see it for both of our runners here.
Yep, and the time difference between the 39 and 41 isn't too much of a difference. You do get your orb faster with the 39, but the important thing is that both players have it, so they should have good times coming out of this room. A 120 for Tetsuo, about a 121 for Aquas, so very close.
Both handled that room very well. Both getting nothing on their opening drop, unfortunately, for Eat My Shrapnel here. Um, Taking down the room without too much trouble otherwise. But yeah, going to be hunting for the items. I don't blame Aquas for going after that key right there. Probably go after this invulnerability exactly. And there's the rockets on Tetsuo's side. That's what you want to see. But he doesn't go for it because, yeah, it's on the far right. Tetsuo just says, nah, I got this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Aquas did have 4 shrapnels on screen for a tiny bit, so he might lose a little bit of time. Not too much here, though. The room's under control now, so let's see if it, yep, but lost about a second there, maybe. Not too much.
Pretty well done. Tetsuo will go for that spreader down there, even though it's not in a great position. Spreader will help you kind of get back to the center anyways. The invulnerability for Aquas, nothing doing right there. And a dude, ooh, kind of rough. And another dude, oh no.
Not great drops beside that spreader. We're seeing a bunch of nothing drops so far. Tetsuo could grab. He's going to grab that nuke there. Time it a little late. Maybe grab a couple of shrapnels in that blast. Does get a spreader to follow up, so Tetsuo at least getting something on side. Not much going for Aquas' side, unfortunately. He's getting feats and dudes.
Ooh, the Razor, it's like mid to late in the room, so that's not too bad. You could kind of run the Razor around a little bit, get some extra damage in there, so don't blame Aquas for that move. Got to be a little careful when you're running that Razor, though, because one of those foot soldiers just kind of sneak in sometimes, ruin your day. But there we go. Tetsuo into the bonus sub 3 minute. Love to see that. 303, 304 for Aquas. So again, handful of seconds here. Really comes down to what's this first drop in tank trouble is. See how these guys can hold up.
Yep, Tetsuo getting out at about a 256 or so, so about a 7-second difference. So Tetsuo will be the first into the room. We're going to see what he gets for his first drop here, and it's a foot, unfortunately.
Rockets will follow. That's a great first drop. A foot for Aquas, too, and almost a very similar spot there up in that upper left. Aquas will eventually grab it. See what the second drop is. Oh, invulnerability. That'll help a little bit with the gunner fire and stuff, but that's rough for Aquas' side.
Yeah, Aquas is going to need a little help. Dude! Aquas is not getting the drops right now. You know, he's playing well enough with what he's being given, but right now Tetsuo is getting some better weapon drops. Finally get some rockets on Aquas' side, if he can get to them. He's trying to keep his orb alive, does a good job dodging around, and gets it.
That is that top level patience right there. It looked like he wasn't going to get it, not going to get it, not going to keep the orb, but just waited that rotation of the orb out, and very well handled on Aquas' side. But Tetsuo with a fire time right there, getting into the bonus room already, getting one gunner, getting 2 gunners already.
Yeah, about a 407 to a 424, give or take, so Aquas is going to need some help here. A spreader will be good to catch him up. Spreader on Tetsuo's side, but he's going to have to manual it.
All right, stepping around. Lobber on Aquas. Let's see. Get the ball bust.
It's always kind of tough when you get those lobbers. You have to stop firing them if you want to have a cleaner shot at the ball buster. So he's going to wait till his clip is empty. Now he's going to go for it. He does get it, so, you know, patience paid off there.
Yeah, very nice. Another patient play right there on Aquas' side. Both arms pop for Tetsuo. Arm just popping for Aquas. So I would say like 3/4 form or so. Tetsuo should have a chest pop in not too much time here. Oh, maybe a little bit more than I thought. Oh, wow.
Now, Aquas got foot into a spreader. Wasn't able to take the death of the spreader. It was not in a great position. Oh, but spreader for Tetsuo.
That's a huge one. That could be the dagger right there. That's going to get quite a lot of damage. Head pop on Tetsuo's side. Gets run over and loses the lobber chance. So now, at the empty drops, rockets will help out. They'll potentially get Tetsuo to final form here. Lobbers, unfortunately, get parked on for Aquas. Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible. And he took a death for that too. It would have been even worse if it was the spreader. And final form from Tetsuoooo, and he's got grenades here. Unless he gets some dead drops and Aquas gets a spreader, it's looking like Tetsuo is going to take it because he's got rockets now.
Get into rockets. If these rockets don't do it, the next one will for sure. Head pop, but that is a little too late. A spreader right there, unfortunately for Aquas. We'll go for some manual, but then, yeah, the vibration, unfortunate. And Tetsuo, surprising. This is one that could have gone the distance, but Tetsuo locks it down. 6:15 in that final race and takes this set 3-0. Congratulations to Tets there.
Yep, and I think honestly both runners played really good games, really good times. I don't think any major mistakes from anyone. I think the weapon drops, especially in the final room here, just favored Tetsuo a little more. Aquas had some opportunities, but also was getting trolled by some of those spreader chances. So unfortunately, is not going to be able to take this here, and Tetsuo will sweep 3-0.
Let's see that little shout out right there from Tetsuo, a little Aqui on the name right there for that final score. Always great to see a set between these two. Always a classic between two of our veterans. Are great players there, and look forward to seeing some more action. Aqua's not out of it yet, of course. Going to be an absolute menace in that lower bracket, but Tetsuo moves on to that upper bracket again. Will face the winner of Prince Leaf and Brysolf. So look forward to that match coming up.
Yep, absolutely. That should be a good one. And Aquas will have to wait a little while before his matchup. He has some Heavy Man and ET Go Ham have to have their match first before the winner of that can face Space Co. And then Aquas will be back to have his match. So we'll definitely see him again, but it'll be probably a little while before we get to there.
But we are going to be taking a quick break while we get our third match and final match of the day set up. Another great one, another classic. Two veterans, longtime players. Sigma Fan, our number 10 seed, against Jackamus Wedge, our number 13 seed. Looking forward to that. We'll see you on the flip side. Get a drink, bathroom break, whatever you need to do. Should be a good one.